Claims about risk to agricultural water use from other activities have been widely reported in popular media as a consequence of costly and visually disturbing mass mortality events. Evidence from interviews confirm media reports that fish farms face significant risks of losses from polluted runoff entering waterways or bodies where fish are grown. The sources of pollution important for particular mass mortality events is often suspected but difficult to prove. Common claims about risks have not been translated into improvements in watershed management or pollution control that would benefit agriculture users of water. On the other hand, claims about the impacts of agricultural water use on water quality and the environment have received attention from academics and experts in the bureaucracy. Government officials have become progressively more critical of cage culture in rivers and reservoirs with time, practices they initially helped promote despite legal ambiguities. In interviews, fish farmers and local communities mostly consider the practice benign and nutrient loads modest relative to other activities in the watershed. Nutrient budgets and environmental impact studies in Thailand are limited, but suggest reasons for concern when river flows or volumes are low. Fish farms are also adversely impacted by river regulation, including both sudden releases of large volumes of water and storage, or diversion operations that drastically reduce river flows. The impacts of flow modification on agriculture farms is reported in mass media, especially when it results in mass mortality events and large commercial losses. Despite this, engagement of fish farmers in water resources management is very limited, and much less than established users like rice paddy farmers. The consequences of alternative operational management rules and allocation priorities for agriculture production have not been studied in detail in Thailand. Scientific evidence and existing policies suggest that agriculture should be treated as another water use, and thus fish farmers are stakeholder in negotiations over the management of watersheds and rivers. This includes the allocation of water resources in irrigation schemes, as well as the operation of dams or water gates, and in watershed protection activities. Fish cage farms in rivers are dependent on good water quality, and thus have significant but under-recognized shared interests with those supporting healthy rivers and the conservation of aquatic ecosystems. From the perspective of fish farmers, both water quality and volume allocation issues are important. From the perspective of those potentially impacted by aquaculture operations, the main concern so far has been degraded water quality. But in a future with high water demand and a drying climate, this could easily change to include water withdrawals by agriculture.